Hello, happy Sunday. How are you doing today? This is Franklin here, and I hope that your weekend has been awesome and amazing, and hopefully you're trying to you're trying to make the most of the remaining parts of the weekend. For those of you who are still in the weekend watching this at this point, my weekend was awesome. It was great. Oh my God, it was just so good. Even though there was a lot of, say, hustle and bustle per se, I had the privilege to have spoken at an event, a conference in Windsor. I'm actually in Windsor right now, and I will be riding back very soon. Out of the country, not out of the country, but out of Windsor very soon. But I just wanted to just take some time to create this video as well. But yeah, it's been an awesome weekend, and I just feel blessed, and I'm very grateful to God for all of the progress and everything. So you know what, in the past couple of days, I've had a number of conversations with different people around fear, and I just would like to also extend that and share that in this video, so hopefully I can help somebody and inspire someone as well based on those conversations. So I think the first one was a few days ago. I think it was on Friday. I was having a conversation with with someone that I really I know well, and this person, based on in the middle of our discussion, this person opened up about how they would love to do public speaking as well, but they've been held back by fear. And it was obviously a vulnerable spot, but this is someone that I know well, and I'm also usually vulnerable to this person as well. But the person opened up about how they've always had this desire to impact people with their message and with their wisdom and knowledge, but they've not just been able to step out to do it because they are afraid. They're afraid that they feel like an imposter, and they're almost like saying to themselves, who am I? Or I'm not good enough to talk to people, or who am I to share my story or my message or my lessons with other people? And so he was literally just afraid of, criticism. So the fear of criticism, that was one thing, and fear that he wasn't good enough as well. And then I remember yesterday at the event that I had the privilege to have spoken at, somebody approached me and just sharing with me about the same thing too, about how they have lots of experiences, and I could actually tell this person was very, very passionate. They had so many experiences, and they just would like to share the experiences with other people. But this person is not a native English speaker, so one of the fears that they had was, maybe people are not going to understand me, what I'm saying, or people are not going to pay attention. But everything all circled back to, again, the fear of criticism. This person was afraid of criticism, and they also feared failure. So, I just want to, if this is where you are at right now, perhaps you have a dream or a vision or an ambition of yours that you've always wanted to pursue, but the fear of criticism or fear of failure has been holding you back. It has paralyzed you, and it has just held you back from moving forward and stepping out into doing that thing. If that is you, then I just want to use this as an opportunity to encourage you with the same form of encouragement that I shared with those other individuals. Taking the fear of criticism, for example, and obviously I was just vulnerable with those people too, and I shared with them how I feel the same way too at some time. And especially before I got started, even creating content like this, or even with the life coaching business, I felt exactly the same way too. I had a fear of, what would people say or think, especially people who knew me. I felt like I was going to be like an imposter, right? And I also feared that people are going to literally criticize me. They're going to say stuff like, what you're saying is nonsense, or you don't know what you're saying, or they're going to literally be very dismissive of what I'm saying. Even though all of those things have happened right now, but and it doesn't really matter at all. So all of those fears, they were honestly holding me back. And I also had the fear of failure. Oh, what if I get started on this thing and it doesn't do well, or what if I don't even continue on this thing? But in order to address that fear of criticism, one thing I had to first tell myself and to understand was that the truth of the matter is, my story it's not going to resonate with every single person. And you know what? That is fine. And the truth of the matter, if you look at people who are successful and doing great and doing awesome, like think about these successful speakers or coaches that they are not literally for everybody. Not everybody likes that message. Not everybody likes their style. Not everybody connects with their methods. And you know what? It is fine. And there's just nothing wrong with that, because I cannot be for everybody. Those other guys, they cannot be for everybody. And guess what? Like your story and your method and everything, it's not going to be for everybody. And that is fine. So I think for me, that was the first place I had to start. And I also had to understand, and just to remind myself that I'm not seeking approval or validation from people. And so I should not concern myself with what people will think or say of me. And especially, I'm meant to focus on the people that I've been called to serve. The people who resonate with my message, the people who connect with me, then yeah, those are the people that I've been called to serve. And I want to focus on them. And so I don't want to focus my attention on people who will maybe dismiss my message or who may not resonate with it. And you know what? It is fine. And so I think if you look at it from that perspective, then you'll begin to see that there is really no reason to be afraid of the criticism of men. And again, you don't live by the criticism of men, because again, it's just their own opinion, right? So I just want to just use this as an opportunity to encourage you right now, especially if you are at that point right now, you want to jump out or step out to do that thing that's been so strong in your heart. Maybe you were looking to start creating content like this. You have a message that you would like to share with people about experiences that you've gone through and how you overcome certain challenges. Hey, I'm encouraging you, step out and do it. Guess what? When you step out to do it, you're going to find people who will resonate with your message. You're going to find people who you're going to connect with. And guess what? They will be so glad and happy that you stepped out. But again, if you don't step out, if you keep it to yourself, if you allow fear to hold you back, most likely you'll be doing them a disservice, because they are probably waiting, who knows, for somebody to come out, and they're probably waiting for you and your message and your story and for your methods and for your solutions. But you're not going to come out because of fear, and you're just going to keep somebody else in a disadvantaged position. And when it comes to the fear of failure, the truth of the matter is, failure is not final. Failure is not fatal. It's just a learning experience. And I also had to just step out from that mindset that once I fail, I'm doomed, but because I thought it was final. So just understand that failure is not final, failure is not fatal, but failure is just an attempt to learn. Every experience that doesn't work out fine is an experience, an opportunity for you to learn and to grow and to become better. So I also had to change my mindset towards failure to address that fear of failure. And you know what? Someone once said that you should not be afraid of failure, but you should hate failure. Because if you're afraid of failure, you will never start. But if you hate failure, you're never going to quit. You're never going to quit because you're going to only see failure as a failing attempt in learning. That's what fail is. If you look at fail, F-A-I-L, failing attempt in learning. It's only just a learning experience. So just let go of those fears, the fear of criticism, fear of failure, whatever it is, and then get out of your own head, get out of your own mind. And I'm so happy that those guys, they shared their experiences with me. They've shared about those fears that they had, because when we begin to share and open up about those feelings, those fears, the fears begin to let their grip off from us. So I just want to encourage you, don't let the fear hold you back anymore. You have a message that people would listen to, that people would value. Your solutions, your stories, they are valuable, they are beautiful, they are also going to impact people. So just step out. I believe in you, and I know that you're going to do great and awesome. Step out. I'm cheering for you as well. So thank you so much for your time. It's been Franklin here, and obviously don't forget that you're more than enough. You're worthy, you're deserving, and loved. So break free from those fears and don't let the fears hold grip on you anymore. Have a nice and a wonderful and a conquerors and an overcoming week ahead. Bye now. Peace.